Next question is from Ali P. Fit. Do thermogenic fat burners actually do anything?
Oh,
boy, who picked these questions today?
Did, bro.
These are like
have fun.
You're going down like the
super old school bodybuilder.
Well, these are all questions that we've answered probably 100 times. But back in the days, we haven't talked about some of this stuff in a long time. But I'm glad you are, because I just got a text message yesterday from a buddy of mine who sent me over like some supplement company that I'd never heard of, and he's like, "Oh, my friend of a friend started this. Could you look at them and just tell me what you think?" And at first glance, I'm like, oh, it's pretty standard. There's no proprietary blends. It looks like the non-GMO. I said, don't waste your money on all the fat burner ones and the claims. All those. I was like, and those are the most popular, right? Those are sold the most.
Well, because it's targeting the pain point that everybody has.
I know, but yeah, it is worthless. Absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about the analogy of supplements being like the spoiler on the Honda, like fat burners. Well, I don't even know where that would.
They're the sticker.
That's the air freshener.
There you go. That's a
sticker.
There you go.
The car.
That's what I was looking for.
That's the K&N sticker on the car.
Yeah, it's the sticker.
So here's what you'll get with thermogenic fat burners. Thermogenic meaning that they increase the amount of calorie burn in the body. Do they do that to some extent? Maybe a little bit. But really, what's the value in a fat burner? Why do they work for some people? Because they do for some people. Some people take fat burners. Back in the day, the most popular fat burner, the one that was supported by studies, was the ephedra, caffeine, aspirin stack, the good old ECA stack.
Oh, you felt that.
Now, you took it and you would lose weight. And people were like, this is burning body fat. No, not necessarily. It's a very strong stimulant and appetite suppressant. So if you take it throughout the day, because they used to recommend taking 3 servings, right? I don't care if it was hydroxycut or
it was like legal meth
or Xenadrin, or what I did was I just bought each of them independently and took my own. You take them 3 times a day, they suppress your appetite. So if you've ever been on a strong stimulant, if you've ever taken like prescription Adderall or Ritalin, you know that you don't want to eat much. And that's where the weight loss comes from. Now,
that and then the movement and the jitters. You bring
get
up
lots of energy.
Yeah, you bring up something like
restless leg and all that kind of stuff.
If you're somebody who's never done something like that, or if you've never had 600 milligrams of caffeine in a day or something like that, watch what you do. You're so amped and jittery and moving all day. So those little ticks all day long add up. So you figure all that moving and the suppressing of the appetite, this is where the magic comes in. It's not because something in that supplement is actually burning fat.
Right. Now, someone may be watching or listening and think, oh, that's a good idea. That's what I want. I want to suppress my appetite, and I want to be hyped and be energized. So here's the problem. The body adapts very fast to those effects. Receptors start to get down-regulated. Your body stops producing or starts producing less of its own energy-producing chemicals. And in a very short period of time, okay, let's use caffeine as an example. That's a very common stimulant. Everybody uses caffeine. Think back to when you first used it, how amazing you felt. Now think about how it feels now to take it months or years later when you have it every morning. Now it just makes you feel normal. And if you don't have it, you feel like dog shit. This is what happens with fat burners. They work in the short term, but then your body adapts. Now I need them just to feel normal. And then when I go off of them, which you will eventually, because otherwise it just feels terrible. When you go off of them, you're going to have like a 2-week period where it's the reverse. You have a lower energy, you feel like dirt, and your appetite goes through the roof through this period of this process. So what you end up seeing with this, if there is weight loss, is you see weight loss, plateau, weight gain when you go off. So no, fat burners are, unless you want the energy and you want the appetite suppressing effects, and you don't mind that it's short term and you have a plan for post rebound or whatever, which most people don't, but if you do, then maybe there's some specific value. But I never in my life recommended thermogenic fat burners to clients. I've never in my life said to a client, I know we're trying to burn body fat. I don't want to say never. I actually did back in the day when we were taught that this was effective. Once I learned that this is totally ineffective and probably doing people harm, I never would tell people to take a fat burner to help them burn body fat.